For our next project, we will be writing our own original screenplays. No sequels, prequels, or anything based off of any film you've already seen. This screenplay must be completely your own thoughts and ideas.
So basically no plagiarism?
That's correct. Plagiarism is when you're trying to pass off someone else's work, their intellectual property, as your own, or if you use someone else's words or ideas and don't cite them.
But what if everybody knows the information? Do we still have to cite it?
Well, who is everybody? There are some things considered common knowledge. Let's talk about common knowledge. Imagine that your screenplay is about movie stars of the 1950s, and you state that Marilyn Monroe's real name was Norma Jean Baker. And even if every person in the world doesn't know this, it is an easily proven fact, so you don't need to cite this information. But if you included a reference to Marilyn's affair with President Kennedy, that is not a fact. It is an opinion of some biographers. So you would have to cite the author that made that claim. Only consider something as common knowledge if you find the same information in 5 credible sources. When in doubt, cite.
What is your screenplay going to be about?
I think I'm going to do something similar to Star Wars, but instead of people, I'm going to use dogs and cats as characters.
That will be awesome. But are we allowed to copy movies like that?
I don't see why not. It's my idea, after all. My screenplay will be a documentary on Southern food. How will you get facts for that, though? We have to provide citations for all opinions and facts that we include in our screenplay. Well, I went to a great lecture by the Southern Foodways Alliance that had a lot of great info. Plus, everybody knows that the South's best food is fried chicken, so I don't need to cite that. That's common knowledge. I think that the South's best food is moon pies. You better look that up. Whatever. Your opinion isn't what matters.
Want to go to the square and start our weekend early? Nah, I need to work on the screenplay for this class. I want to get it done before we leave for the football game. I'm just going to use my friend John's screenplay. He took the class last year. But our instructor said that we couldn't use other people's ideas. I'll just change a few words in the screenplay and our instructor will never notice.
Most of you did a great job with your screenplays. There were some very original and authentic ideas, and then there were some that were not so great.
You wanted to see me?
Your main characters were Meow Floor Runner and Bark Vader. Your pilot line was almost identical to Star Wars, and you didn't do much to mask it. This screenplay is not based on your original or creative ideas. You reused someone else's intellectual property, and that is plagiarism.
What happens now? Am I expelled?
The procedures for violations of the academic honesty standards are outlined in the M book. Once a faculty member meets with a student about the infraction, he will recommend an appropriate sanction. There are a wide variety of possibilities, including a failing grade for the assignment, retake of the examination, extra work, grade reduction, or failure in the course. Disciplinary probation or even suspension or expulsion from the university. Students can appeal the sanction. Lucky for you, I am only giving you a 0 for the assignment, but I am reporting this to the university.
This is so unfair.
Well, you can follow the appeal process outlined in the M book, but the university is not tolerant of plagiarism or other types of academic dishonesty. Please send the next student in on your way out.
You wanted to see me?
You had a great screenplay on Southern food, but you didn't include any citations to the source of your information.
But everything in my screenplay is common knowledge, so I don't have to cite.
Were you able to confirm every fact that you included in 5 credible sources? If not, then it can't be considered common knowledge and you must include your source. You need to revise and resubmit this paper by next week.
I get it now. I am going to go back and add the citations for all the facts included in my screenplay. Thanks.
Please take a seat. I know for a fact that this screenplay was turned in last year. Turning papers in that aren't your own is an extremely serious offense. is not only unfair to you because you are here to learn how to create your own work, but also to your classmates who took the time and did the hard work required to create their screenplays. You will receive an F in this class, and I am reporting this to the university.
Seriously? All because I used someone else's paper?
Yes, all because you used someone else's paper.